Hey, welcome to Healthy Atheist. I think this is going to be the final episode of season 2. I am almost finished with my second journal. Anyway, we're starting in June of '09. June 1st. Well, yeah, I'm so on the fence about where to move. I've been reading Numbers, of all books, and it seems to be telling me something. Here are what a couple of the footnotes read. When you follow God's guidance, you know you're where God wants you. Whether you're moving or staying in one place, you're physically somewhere right now. How profound. Instead of praying, God, what do you want me to do next? Ask, God, what do you want me to do while I'm here? Direction from God isn't just for your next big move. He has a purpose in placing you where you are right now. Begin to understand God's purpose for your life by discovering what He wants you to do now. This part of Numbers is about how the Israelites had to be on the move based on when the cloud and pillar of fire moved. Numbers 9 and 10. Life is full of changes. A few things remain stable. The Israelites were constantly moving through the wilderness. They were able to handle change only because God's presence in the tabernacle was always with them. The portable tabernacle signified God and His people moving together. For us, stability doesn't mean lack of change, but moving with God in every circumstance. It's so obvious, isn't it, Christians? So, as I think about my moving options, move into Rebecca's, Mom's, or Natalie's, which all have advantages for them, but drawbacks for me. Beck's, they get extra cash and a reason to finish the basement a bit. I get to hear them fight and be annoyed of Tyson. Mom's, they get a clean house. Well, this is just not a good idea. Natalie's, she gets major cash and motivation, and I get stuck with her 24/7. I'm the problem, obviously. I mean, I'm sure I get annoyed of my friends, and yes, clearly it's me. I imagine if I, for some miracle, started to date Jared, moving home might be a good option. Thinking about it just now, I think I'll talk to Natalie, move in for about 4 to 6 months, then see from there. Even though I know I'll get on her nerves and vice versa, we really didn't get on each other's nerves. Like I said in the previous video, the only problem was her new boyfriend, George Glass.
I'm watching my figure for my new boyfriend, George Glass.
That's funny. I've never heard of a George Glass at our school.
That's because he's a transfer student. He came in the last week of school. He's really good looking, and he thinks I'm super cool.
Sure, Jan.
Hopefully I can talk her down on rent. I did get up and run this morning, but of course I got poo cramps, so I was only able to run 21 minutes and then walked. Son of a gun! June 3rd. Well, it's been confirmed. I'm moving in with Natalie. I said a quick prayer before I went in to talk to her. I prayed that she would come down and rent and make obvious that I should move in. Sure enough, she doesn't want my formal furniture, which is fine, but I think she'll change her mind once she sees it all. Moved in. My formal furniture was formal, I guess, but I don't know why I picked it. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't pick it today. I guess it was just different enough. Trendy enough at the time. Whatever. Or she can help me put it on Craigslist. It's just too formal, especially if I'm going to have kids. The kids aren't definite. Now I have to go to the mall for this art class. Ugh. Oh, I have to go get art supplies, I guess. June 5th. Man, my hearing is jacked up. It's clogged and echoey. It's either from listening to headphones for 2 days or the vodka I had last night. I don't know. I don't know why vodka would affect my hearing. I don't think it did. You probably were just getting a head cold. Anyway, I have to take my car back to get the brakes looked at. Hopefully they'll fix them free of charge. So I'll do that around 2. In the meantime, I have to exercise and complete some drawing for school. Hopefully my hearing will clear up. And the following is from Numbers 11. It's the footnote. If Moses doubted God's power, how much easier is it for us to do the same? But completely depending on God is essential, regardless of our level of spiritual maturity. When we begin to rely on our own understanding, we are in danger of ignoring God's assessment of the situation. By remembering his past works and his present power, we can be sure that we are not cutting off his potential help. Vapid. It's just meaningless, really. June 13th. Suzanne's coming home tonight for a week, and I've managed to plan some fun things for her. A margarita and spoons party, a day at the Smith's Lake House, Nate Norris's house party, so hopefully it'll all work out and be fun. Anyway, tonight I'm zipping down to Indy to visit Brooke, Amy, and her baby. I feel like I should get her something, maybe a gift card to a restaurant. I was able to get into another class this fall, one on Friday, so that's a good thing. I had the inclination to check it, so I did, and sure enough, it was open. These summer school boys are so impressed by the fact that I'm 31 and hot. Those are their words. But hello, there are a ton of Hollywoods that are older and still hotter than me. Anyway, the 19-year-old is a bit of a young idiot. I remember those two. What was his name? Ryan something. He was fun. They're fun guys. Hopefully God will use me somehow to positively influence him. And the 24-year-old seemed like he wants to have an affair, but heck no, I am not going there. Oh yeah, Dan and Ryan. I have other complications to deal with, and I don't need that. I am super excited that this school thing seems to be panning out. I'm still hoping for other jobs. I babysat for Carpetta yesterday, and she paid me a huge compliment, as well as a huge sum of money. She was like, I told my husband that Rachel's coming. She's so pretty. You're so pretty. Am I so pretty? Apparently this lady thought I was so pretty. Maybe I don't know. And I was all, oh thanks. Carpetta's a funny girl. Kind of weird, but hopefully she'll fire her cleaning lady and I can go clean for her for like $25 an hour. I need to exercise today. I think I'll go for a run. Then swing by an art show for extra credit. Then head to Indy, but I need to get my day underway. I feel like if I lose another 10 pounds, I'll be super fly and guys will notice more and more. But do I want that attention? I suppose possibly. I printed off some pics on Dad's printer and was going to frame them and give them to Beck for her bare mantle. I was on my way to Hobby Lobby to look for frames and I said a quick, simple prayer. Lord, help the frames be 50% off. Rachel, the frames at Hobby Lobby are always 50% off. Oh my. And sure enough, they were. Interesting. Anyway, Rebecca liked them, so that's all a good thing. Now on to some more serious business that God seems to be dealing with me about. This comes from Numbers, and because God doesn't change, Malachi 3:6, it's probably still relevant today. But those who brazenly violate the Lord's will blaspheme the Lord, and they must be cut off from the community. Since they've treated the Lord's word with contempt and deliberately disobeyed his commands, they must be completely cut off and suffer the consequences of their guilt. Numbers 15, 30, 31. Oh, the Bible is great. God was willing to forgive those who made unintentional errors if they realized their mistakes quickly and corrected them. However, those who brazenly and deliberately sinned received a harsher judgment. Intentional sin grows out of an improper attitude toward God. A child who knowingly disobeys his parents challenges their authority and dares them to respond. But the act and the attitude have to be dealt with. Examples: stoning a man for gathering wood on the Sabbath seems like a severe punishment, and it was. This act was a deliberate sin, defying God's law against working on the Sabbath. So basically, I'm in for it if I cave. Gee, oh my. June 17th. So I posted my furniture on Craigslist. I'm praying someone will buy it and come and get it before I move out. That gives them less than 2 weeks. But boy, would it be nice if someone was willing to give me $3,000 for this, and $3,000 for those crappy furniture for this, and haul it away for me. Otherwise, I could store it at Sarah's. Then Becca Meyer might be interested, but I'd rather make a profit and sell it to a stranger. Lord, make it so in Jesus' name. Today I ran outside for 35 minutes, approximately 4 miles. I had unusual energy, got a side ache, but ran through it. Then I did Jillian's shred number 2. Texted Amy because I was bored and looking for something to do, but I posted my furniture and Sarah came home and basically forced me to wash my car. So I did, and now here I sit writing about it. I had a drawing assignment that didn't take as long as I thought it would. Now I should probably go to the grocery. June 18th. I went to Decatur today to clean. I got there around 8:30 and wasn't finished till 4:30. I didn't even get to the basement. Sheesh, I don't really know why it took me so long. Anyway, I had a decision to make. Go to class unprepared or run the Decatur Greenway. What do you think I chose? That's right, I chose to run. I ran 2 miles and walked a half a mile, then ran 2 more and walked another half. My pace was something like 8:15, 8:20 or something. It was a good run and I felt like a sow. Hopefully my grade won't suffer too much. Amy Ewers was supposed to text me after sushi, but I highly doubt she will. Oh well. I'd like to go to that block party with her, but she probably won't invite me again. I need more friends. What I need is a boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
I'm tempted to email Adler, but I better not. Son of a gun. Jared Adler. He's married now with a kid. He was like 7 foot tall. He was huge. June 19th. So I can hardly believe I weighed in at 138 this morning. Oh, really? Huh. Really? And I've also decided I'm going to Facebook email Adler. Last night I couldn't sleep as usual, so I thought about what I could email and came up with this. Great, Rach. What did your stupid head come up with? So I'm kind of bummed we haven't hung out since Janelle's party because I sort of dig ya. Anyway, I prayed... Oh, wait, what? I don't think I wrote this. I think that's all I wrote. Anyway, I prayed that if I should do this, help it not be the first thing I think of when I wake up. I was fairly confident it would be, but it wasn't. I thought about Nate and Suze's party, then the Adler thing. So I'm going to put it out there and prepare to get rejected, which is just fine, I suppose. I saw pictures of Chris Steele. He looks the same, maybe a bit heavier and not as attractive. So there. Me, on the other hand, have gotten much better looking, if I say so myself, and 138. Not since 18 to 19 years old have I weighed 138. Back to Adler. It is a rare thing that a guy will trip my trigger. One that'll catch my eye and pretty much measure up without any, he's too fat, metro, short, fat, etc., not Christian, tats, facial hair, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on and on. I'll be surprised if this takes off into something other than a disappointment. Oh, well. Yeah, well, see, I kind of know how things are going to play out as I'm writing them. Numbers 23. Balak took Balaam to several places to try to entice him to curse the Israelites. He thought a change of scenery might help to change Balaam's mind, but changing locations won't change God's will. We must learn to face the source of our problems. Moving to escape problems only makes solving them more difficult. Problems rooted in us aren't solved by a change of scenery. A change in location or job may only distract us from the need for us to change our heart. I wrote this here because I didn't feel like writing it in the other one. It pertained to my situation at one point and probably still does, eh? No, Bible, sometimes you do need to make changes and not just change your heart. June 23rd. Yep, I'm uber annoyed at life right now. Uber annoyed. First, my checking account got overdrawn, son of a bitch. I don't have any friends that I can just call on. Sarah is super annoying. I don't want to move in with Natalie Schmucker. My stupid furniture isn't selling, and brat Sarah wants to ruin it. My drawing 1 class grade isn't looking too good. I hate finger staining charcoal. There's no more TV at this house. Uber frustrated. What the heck am I going to do once I move in with Natalie? I'm so not looking forward to it. This just isn't fair. I guess on the plus side, I emailed Adler, then he responded positively. Huh? I figure if I can't get another separate group of friends or a boyfriend, that should help with the Nat situation. Oh great, this is just not going to be good. Oh well, I must muscle through it for 6 months, 1 year. Tomorrow I'll get up and run at some point, eat breakfast and whatnot, attempt some art, etc., then perhaps go back to Bluffton. That is, unless I find something to do. Maybe Amy will want to hang out, or maybe I'll move some crap to Nat's. How did I get myself into this predicament? Huh? How? Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll be better than I think. Maybe that word Sarah gave me will be accurate. I certainly did not want to move up here, but I did, and I am better for it. Am I better for it? Probably not, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world. I just wish I had someone I could hang out with on demand. Maybe that'll be Natalie, as long as we don't get on each other's nerves, which is what I'm most afraid of. June 24th, Numbers 26. Sometimes it may feel like God isn't working dramatic miracles in our lives, but God often works in quiet ways to bring about his long-range purposes. They're so subtle you don't even notice it until you get hindsight. 2020. June 27th. Hug! I'm moving stuff today, and Grumphinden Dad acts like it's the first time he's heard of it. Oh well, maybe someday he won't always react grumpily. I'll probably let Sarah use my furniture and tell her if she damages it in any way, she's buying it. My one nightstand is already scratched up thanks to her crap. Did I mention I'm not looking forward to moving into Natalie's? She bought furniture, and I'm not a big fan of it. Mine would have looked so much better, but that could just be my taste. Anyway, I moved what I could into the garage. Last night, Amy Yours came over, and we opened that wine. It went straight to my head because I hadn't eaten. Then we went to Banditos, and had margaritas with a taco salad, so it didn't hit me as hard. I told her I need to find another circle of friends so me and Natalie aren't together 24/7, because I know Natalie will get annoyed at me. We were him-hawing around about going to see that movie with Natalie. I didn't want to because A, I hate spending money on movies, B, Abigail Breslin is an annoying child actor, C, the movie was stupid, so I told Amy I had pink lemonade vodka, and she was all about that, so we concocted a concoction and went to the movie. Yeah, we carried in alcohol. This is where my drinking problem clearly began.
And that, as much as anything else, led to my drinking problem.
Clearly. However, the vodka didn't affect me much, but I do like Amy Yours. She's nuts. I haven't been able to check internet, so I don't know if anyone's interested in my furniture or if Adler got back to me. It's all kind of frustrating, but not as frustrating as my illegal crush. I lost my fingernail clippers, and that's frustrating too. Rach, you lost your fingernail clippers, huh? How's that possible? I bet Sarah borrowed them. Just kidding, I don't know. Okay, we're into July 1st. So I'm all moved in. Turns out Mom is buying my furniture, and she counts it as a godsend. So now I see why it didn't sell on Craigslist. Of course, it's so clear. Sorry, God, for getting so angry and frustrated. Natalie shouldn't be that bad. I'm paying $250 and cleaning, and that one girl's not moving in. Unfortunately, Natalie wants someone. Arg. Why does she want to cram 3 people into that house and there's only 1 bathroom? Yuck. Anyway, I cleaned the disgusting bathroom, went to Target and bought a fan and a mirror and food, and now I'm down Southwest and grabbed a gift card. I ran outside today for 45 minutes. Found a good path, which includes Show Park, except for the strip that runs along the road. Tons of cars, but at least I'm on a sidewalk. I hope Natalie realized what an awesome roommate I am. I think she'll start dating this Nick, so that'll divide up her time. And we won't wear on each other's nerves. I skipped Monday's first class because I knew it'd be pointless, plus I was spent. Then I beat myself up about it, thinking I made a huge mistake. Turns out all they did was go over supplies and they left early. So it'd been a mistake to go. Thank the Lord. However, I tend to get frustrated until I realize it all works out in the end. July 3rd. I'm about to head up to Angola. I haven't been sleeping well. My back needs rubbed out. I think it's from Jillian's one workout. I found a cushion type thing for my bed at Mom's house, and it makes my bed somewhat softer, but I can't figure out why I don't fall asleep till forever. I don't know. I don't remember. Tomorrow's the 4th. It should be fun. I was invited over to the Dillers and to Shauna's. I opted for the Dillers. Don't really want to hang out with Phil and Vic and whoever else. Anyway, Amy's coming with me. Hopefully I'll lay out tomorrow with her and either run this afternoon or tomorrow morning. I need to get to the grocery at some point. Stupid Tom is sputtering his way out. Why do I always mention Tom? Nobody cares. The dumb thing can't decide if it wants to show up or not. So annoying. I haven't heard from Adler. Big surprise. Nothing ever pans out, so I'm forced to venture a path that few dare to venture. Tonight we're surprising Dad for his 65th. Hopefully it'll fly, eh? July 4th. The surprise was a success. I feel like I'm spending way too much money. I really need to cut back as soon as I get all the stuff I need for this move. I'll start pinching pennies. But first, Myrtle Beach. I'm going to pay my car up for 6 to 7 months. My insurance went down, and come Monday, I'm getting a different phone. The weather changed in an instant. Dumb weather. It's no longer conducive to laying out, but I still need to go for a run as soon as I get my crap out and my cramps out. I put those words in quotes, but I literally mean them. So dumb. So once I run, I'll shower, make German cheesecake bars, etc., etc. This morning was kind of awkward with Natalie, but hopefully I'll pray through it and get through it just fine. I need a hammer so I can hammer pictures up. My room is so bland. Dare I spend more money on picture frames? Probably. I should hit Hobby Lobby. Also, should buy a couple copies of His Princess and give them to Amy, Natalie, or whoever. Man, I have to go to the bathroom again. So annoying. July 7th. Yeah, so I'm uber frustrated again. Not sure if I like living here with Natalie. I mean, it's fine most of the time, but the times that are or could be annoying may outweigh, especially if she wants a third girl in here. I mean, come on, woman, don't you realize how crowded just her stuff makes the kitchen fridge? I just found out that Sarah's basement roommate is moving out. Maybe I'll suggest that to Victoria, or maybe I'll end up taking it. Yeah, right. Sarah would never want to live with me. Besides, the location is less than ideal. Anyway, tomorrow I'm going to go lay out with Amy and talk groceries and whatnot. I don't know why I think I could live with her. I mean, I'm not entirely sure about her. Natalie's going on vacation next week, so that'll be good. Then I'm going on vacation with Amy and Becca Myers. That'll be good. That'll be a good thing. Hopefully the weather will be fantastic. I don't know why, but I feel kind of fat today. I'll probably run tomorrow and possibly Thursday or Friday, depending on which day I decide to do P90X. Maybe I'll do Cardio X and run on Thursday, then do legs and back on Friday. We'll see. Look what I journal about. Exercising, yay. Well, I suppose I could talk about my my scandalous crush. Oh, I suppose I could talk about my scandalous crush. The one that's just not going away. Plus, they keep making comments about it. Dating, like I need a date to this wedding. You want to be my date? Let's go to that as a couple in reference to a pathway date night. Arg, it's so frustrating. Whatever. I doubt I'll ever cross that line. They're probably totally joking anyway, and here I sit, kind of hoping they're not. Geez, what a disaster. If God would just send me my husband, I wouldn't have to deal with this. But no, I can't get a guy to like me to save my life. A guy that I'm attracted to anyway. Well, at least they're not married, and I won't add affair to my list of sins. But still, what? Anyway, so I just read Deuteronomy 1, and some of the footnotes seem to nail some of my issues. Good old footnotes, always speaking louder than the Bible. When God tells you to break camp and move out to face a challenge he gives you, will you be ready to obey? I suppose I'm obeying, but I sort of want to hightail it out of here. I just pray I can be a positive influence on Natalie and whoever else may move in. God gives us the power to overcome our obstacles, but like the Israelites, filled with fear and skepticism, we often let difficulties control our lives. Following God regardless of the difficulties is the way to have courageous, overcoming faith. This also applies to that Natalie situation and the other, but what if I want to cave to the other? We become fearful and immobile when we focus on the negative aspects of a situation. How much better it is to focus on the positive, God's direction and promises. When you're confronted with an important decision and know what you should do to move at it in faith, focus on the positive, trusting God to overcome the negatives. Problems don't have to rob you of your victory. Oh my, this is taking forever. July 9th. So here's a few more footnotes from Deuteronomy that may pertain and encourage me in my current situation. That is, if I heed to it. We often make life's journey more difficult than necessary by disobedience. Accept God's love, read and follow his commands in the Bible, and make a promise to stick with God whatever your situation. You'll find your life will be less complicated and more rewarding. God can help his people regardless of the problems they face, no matter how insurmountable the obstacles may seem. Remember that God is sovereign, and he'll keep his promises. Our battles may not be against godless armies, but they are just as real as Joshua's. Whether we're resisting temptation or battling fear, God has promised to fight with and for us as we obey him. Alright, I'm going to go through July. I think I'm almost done here. July 12. So I got this random text from a number I don't have in my phone. At first I thought it was probably Adam Springer, which it was, but I was hoping it was Jared Adler. I suppose it's a good thing Adler isn't flying since Tamara had a crush on him at one time. I fear my Mr. Right isn't out there, and I fear my crush will never materialize. And I'm left here frustrated. I've been having fun with viewers, but I am afraid she'll grow tired of me and tired of always having to entertain me. But I assume she likes hanging out. Maybe not. She can be two-faced just like me. I got a Major Sun today in the hot tub. Tomorrow I'll wake up, eat breakfast, go for a run, head up to Angola unless they cancel, which they might. Get some new pastels, go to Target, buy a suit and football. I'm tempted to contact Brendan and use him a bit if he's willing, but I probably shouldn't. I'd get a reputation. I got my laundry done today. I feel tired, but am afraid if I try to sleep, I'll just lay here till like 1 in the morning. Ugh, it's so frustrating. July 16th. So it's Thursday morning and my day is wide open, except I'll probably go to school early to finish my assignment, then go to the Tin Cats. Adam Springer texted me about it, then so did Troy. I have a tendency to read into why Troy would text me, but I'm probably wrong. It was probably just him and Adam messaging me. I'd like to be his friend. I need more good friends. 2 more days till vacation. I'm excited to spend 24/7 with my girl. She's not your girl, Rach. If I could just get a guy that I'm as excited about, that would be a good thing. You're not going to find a guy that you actually like. Sorry about you. I had a rum and Coke before class yesterday, and while the professor was demoing something, he asked if anyone knew what such and such was called. Then when he called it a Pandora's box, I did the whole music song thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. It just came out, and the professor turned and looked at me in shock and wonder, then said something like, "Oh, that works. I like it." I didn't realize how stupid it was until it hit me later. I mean, who does that in class? That class is fun for the most part. I'm glad I didn't drop it after all. I need to get my oil changed and prepare my car for this trip. We road tripped to South Carolina or North Carolina. It was a fun time. Balls, the stinking suicide monster is back. When I'm reminded of how useless I am, how useless my conversations are, how people can totally live without me, how I don't impact anybody's life except with surfacey FaceTime, the monster rears its ugly head. I see how yours is constantly texting people, constantly has someone to see and something to do, and then there's me, nobody texting, nobody calling on the phone, and only on occasion will I get an invite to join a large group outing where everyone's invited, so hence I'm invited. What is my deal? This is not a pity party, this be a reality. Last night I went to a Tin Caps game with Adam, Andre, Troy, Amy, and Kayla. They're a fun crowd, but somehow I felt useless and pointless. Amy, of course, knew everyone there. I mean, people who were there. She had something in common with Kayla. They had a mutual friend, blah, blah, blah. How do I manage to maintain such anonymity? What is my deal? Anyway, I could sense Amy growing tired of me. Not sure if this vacation is such a good idea. She'll be texting the entire time, I know, but oh well. After getting back last night at about 1 and not quite fitting in with yours friends at that 80s thing, I was feeling kind of down and I was hungry, so I ate a box of graham crackers and fell asleep. Fell asleep on the floor for a bit and finally went to bed about 2. Woke up this morning at about 9:30 and I've been dicking around ever since. I did do laundry and read the Bible at some point I need to exercise. Probably go for a run, pack some more, head to Bluffton for a bit, come back and do nothing because that's my life. I'm going to Angola tomorrow, then church, then Myrtle Beach. I'm debating whether I should cancel my life insurance. And if my car insurance covers bodily injury, then maybe, just maybe. Enough griping. Here's what I read today in Deuteronomy footnotes. God can miraculously change your life. Usually, however, my pen died, He chooses to help you gradually, teaching you one lesson at a time, rather than expecting instant spiritual maturity and solutions to all your problems. Slow down and work one step at a time, trusting God to make up the difference between where you should be and where you are now. You'll soon look back and see that a miraculous transformation has occurred. Yeah, right. For all these 40 years, your clothes did not wear out and your feet did not blister or swell. It's usually easy for us to take God's protection for granted. We seldom take notice or thank God when our car doesn't break down, our clothes don't rip, or our tools don't break. The people of Israel also failed to take notice. It seems for they didn't even notice that in 40 years of wandering in the wilderness, their clothes didn't wear out and their feet didn't blister or swell. Thus, they didn't remember to give thanks to God for these blessings. What has been working well for you? What has been giving you good service? What has been lasting for a long time without breaking down or apart? Remember to thank God for these quiet blessings. It's called modern convenience, not quiet blessings. July 27th. So vacation was fun, even though we were on the white trash beach. You know, there were cigarette butts everywhere. That's what you get when you go super cheap. Oh well, my stupid annoying crush isn't subsiding, so I'm afraid I'll have to do something about it, whether it's reciprocated or not. I can't imagine it not being. All signs point to yes. because I've yet to get annoyed of Amy means that I could possibly get married to some dude and not get annoyed of them like I do everyone else. So that's a good thing. I have class tonight, then I have to go back to Bluffton. I feel like I've been driving the crap out of my car. I wanted to get up and run this morning, but failed to. I went to Angola and took what seemed like forever to clean. I think the family and I are going to go up there this Friday and hang out and maybe supper. That should be fun. I need to call Dawn and confirm and whatnot. I feel uber fat and uber frustrated, uber annoyed. Such is life. July 29th, Deuteronomy 12. We too shall ruthlessly find and remove any centers of false worship in our lives. These may be activities, attitudes, possessions, relationships, places, or habits. Anything that tempts us to turn our hearts from God and do wrong. Hello? That's what I wrote. Alright, we're stopping there. This is another long episode. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned. Whatever. Okay, bye.